Yeah! Woo! My girlfriend is pregnant, everybody. Give it up, Rob. We're super excited. This is our first one together. Together, we're going to do this. We've been willing ourselves to do this, man. And next week, I'm going to drop her off at the clinic. She's going to get cleaned out, and then I'm going to pick her up afterwards. Oh, that was good. Started off with an abortion joke. Here we go. Fuck Trudeau! Fuck Trudeau! Yeah, fuck Pierre Trudeau. No, I'm just joking. Fuck Justin Trudeau. Like, if it wasn't for him, man, I'd be able to wear plastic bags over top of my socks during puddle season. But no, he has to fucking ban the plastic bags. Way to go, Justin Trudeau. Fuck you, buddy. And as for potholes, I fucking hate these potholes, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait for the city to actually clean this shit up. Then that way I can do this without busting a tire. I busted a tire on the way here. And guess what? My unicycle has to go to the shop for a couple of days now. Oh, yeah. So, well, it looks like there's a lot of nice people here tonight. It's date night, Saturday night. I'm here with my date. She's great. She's smart. She's a sweetheart. And she's my girlfriend's best friend. Give it up for her. Yeah. I recently got out of a relationship with a woman with an eating disorder that makes her fat. But now I'm in a relationship with a woman with an eating disorder that makes her skinny. So, whenever we go out to eat, who do you think gets to finish the leftovers? This guy. Oh. So, Jesus Christ was crucified, and then 3 days later he came back from the dead. And now whenever I'm with my 3-year-old daughter, I love to play Peekaboo Jesus whenever we play the game because he has holes in his hands like, there she is, there she is, there she is. She loves it. Once, I was boarding a flight, but they wouldn't let me on the plane because they told me that I'm the bomb. So, I said, fuck it, and I walked to Montreal. I went to Montreal because, the selling of sex in Canada is legal, but the purchasing of sex in Canada is illegal. Except for when you're in Montreal. They look the other way or they ask you if they can join in. How's everybody doing tonight, though? A lot of people having a good time? I fucking hope so. This is a great tavern, especially since the women working here are hot. And that's how every guy judges a restaurant or a tavern. Like, every Yelp review is just how we see women. Winnipeg Red Lobster. The ambiance was distracting. The food was undercooked and cold. But the waitress was hot and she went home with me. 5 stars, yeah! Montana's. The food was excellent. The ambiance was refreshing. But the waitress wouldn't even look at me. 1 star. I love the restaurant biz, ladies and gentlemen. I used to work at a restaurant when I was hired on as a dishwasher, and there's nobody there like telling a prophecy. There's no prophet being like, this is the guy who will change how we wash dishes forever. There's none of that in real life. It's a job. You're just supposed to take it seriously. But I had a funny boss, and that was the cool part about it. He'd always tell me that I'll become a big boss. He'd say things like, you put on apron, you wash dishes, and you become big boss. Here, you take the mop, you mop the floor, you become big boss. Here, you suck cock, I make you chef, and you become big boss. And that's how I became a chef. It was pretty awesome, guys. Pretty awesome. Had a good time. God created the world in 6 days. And then on the 7th day, I told him to rest. But he didn't listen, so I choked him out with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he still hasn't woken up. Tap out or pass out, God. So for me, when it comes to religion, it's a lot like wearing a condom. If my girlfriend wants me to do it, I'll do it. But I'm not going to feel anything with a condom on. All right. I used to work with a woman who was trying to gain weight. Like, I would see her with a poutine, and I'd be like, that's going to pack on the pounds, right? And she would literally tell me that she was trying to gain weight. So to be supportive of her decision, every time she would come to work, I would call her a huge fat ass, to be supportive. I was like, hey, those chins are coming in nicely. And she'd be like, oh, you're such a sweetheart. On one hand, I don't know who needs to hear this tonight, but you don't need a condom. She's probably clean. You're going to have a great night. On the other hand, I don't know who needs to hear this, but use a condom. That bitch is dirty. But always remember that anything that isn't permanent is curable. And anything that is permanent is manageable. So have yourself a great time out there, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! I come from a pro-choice family, as long as you make the right choice. Sure, but like my mom, though, she didn't find out she was pro-choice until she was pregnant with me about 4 months in. 4 months in, fucking New Year's came around, she was like, holy shit, I could have aborted this motherfucker. That's right. As a society, I think it's up to us to help the homeless get to a point in their lives where they're not in our way. So the other day I was at McDonald's and I saw this single mother in front of me, and you could tell that she was a single mom. You know, she was alone with her baby and she was digging through her purse for enough money to have a Happy Meal for her and her baby. But you can tell that she didn't have enough. I looked in her hand, she didn't have enough. And I really wanted to help that single mother out. So I mustered up the courage, and then I walked over there and I looked her in the eyes and I looked at the baby in the stroller and I punched the baby to death. So now she can have a Happy Meal all by herself and she doesn't have to worry about being a single mother anymore. Boom! Too dark, gotcha. That's right, we're having a good time tonight. I'm a firm believer in treating women as equal as men. So now whenever I hang out with the guys, I'm smacking their asses and squeezing their titties too. You know, to make it equal. When I was a boy, I took a handful of my mother's birth control pills. And at that time, nothing happened. But I didn't go through puberty until I was about 22 years old. So my wet dreams were like a tsunami. I was the only guy in high school with no pubes. Don't ask me how I checked. Now, my ex-girlfriend and I, we went to the fertility clinic the other day just to make sure that everything was all right down there. And the doctor told me some good news. The doctor told me that my sperm count is infinity. And that's like a Chuck Norris level of sperm count. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Y'all have a good night. Cheers. Love. Respect.